The year was 2089, and Earth was tired. Climate crises had battered the planet for over a century. Nations once divided by politics had finally come together under the pressure of global collapse. And yet, despite all the pain and desperation, the spirit of humanity had endured. That spirit had a name now: the Mars Genesis Initiative. Backed by a united Earth Council, the mission was simple in theory and impossibly complex in execution: to build the first fully habitable base on Mars, a new beginning for humanity. Not just a research outpost, not another temporary dome, but home. Led by Commander Ilara Voss, a former aerospace pilot with a history of heroism and a heart wrapped in silence, the mission's crew was handpicked from every continent: scientists, engineers, medics, linguists, even a philosopher. It was as much a cultural seed as it was a survival plan. Among them was Dr. Kale Ramey, an astrobiologist known for his controversial theories about microbial life on Mars, and for a quietly rebellious streak that had gotten him barred from 3 universities. Ilara wasn't pleased to have him, but deep down, something about his fire intrigued her. Their ship, Dauntless Horizon, launched from the orbital ring station on March 14th, 2091. The world watched. Billions tuned in. Children made drawings. Elders wept. Ilara didn't cry. She couldn't afford to. Her duty was too heavy. The 7-month journey to Mars passed with tight routines, endless system checks, and moments of strange beauty: solar flares dancing across the ship's shield, the stars like burning gods beyond the void. Ilara kept her distance from Kale, though his questions always made her think. He wasn't afraid to challenge the official narratives. He was certain there was more to Mars than dust. They landed in the Val's Marineris Canyon. Earth's engineers, having already sent automated drones to prepare the site, buried reactors, terraforming modules, and atmospheric sealers. But the Martian wind had been less cooperative. Half the prefab base was buried in crimson sand. From the moment they stepped onto the surface, it was war. Not with guns, with time. Every hour, something went wrong: oxygen lines, heating coils, pressurized suits. The Martian storms were unpredictable and stronger than simulations. Crew morale began to falter. Ilara never cracked, but Kale saw the strain in her. One night, beneath the pale glow of Phobos passing overhead, he found her alone near the outer seal, staring at the red plains. "You ever wonder if we're not supposed to be here?" he asked softly. "No," she said, "because if we're not here, we're dying there." "But what if we're not just supposed to survive?" he said. "What if we're meant to change?" They grew closer after that. Quiet moments turned into shared glances. Then conversation. Then laughter, rare and precious in that cold, dry world. And eventually, something more. But Mars had secrets. While setting seismic sensors near Olympus Mons, Kale and a small team discovered an unnatural formation: hexagonal shapes buried in basalt, clearly artificial. They brought back samples. The others were skeptical. Then the tremors began, microquakes, increasing in frequency. Beneath their feet, something was shifting. The geologists said it was volcanic pressure. Cale disagreed. "It's not geological," he said. "It's rhythmic, like machinery." Alara wanted to report it to Earth Command, but their deep signal satellite had been destroyed in a dust storm. Their only backup relay was 3 days' journey over unstable terrain. A mission was approved: Cale, Alara, and 2 engineers. It was supposed to be routine. It wasn't. The second night, a storm rolled in fast. They sheltered near a canyon wall. That's when they heard it, the humming. Faint, below them. Cale followed it, leading Alara into a crevice where the rocks had fallen away. Beneath the surface was a tunnel, metallic, cold, covered in strange, coral-like symbols. Lights flickered without source. They had found a buried alien structure. Alara wanted to leave. Report. Follow protocol. Cale couldn't. "This is why we're here," he said. "Not just to survive, to discover." She stayed. For him. For the truth. Inside, they discovered chambers filled with organic machines. A hibernation pod empty. Stasis fields, long dead. A console that responded to Cale's touch as though it recognized him. And then they saw the message. A projection language blended with emotion, symbology with feeling. It told of a race that once lived on Mars. The Ithari. They had built vast networks beneath the surface, fled their dying world, and seeded messages in case someone came after. "We fled, but you arrived," the message said. "Change is dangerous, but it is also life. If you build here, build not as conquerors, but as children." And then it ended. Alara stared in silence. Cale took her hand. "We're not the first," he said. "No," she whispered, "but maybe we'll be the last to fail." They returned to the base with the knowledge. The crew was shocked. Earth Command even more so when the delayed transmission finally got through. Mars wasn't just a new home, it was a cradle of the old. With the help of the Ithari tech, the base's systems were upgraded. Terraforming became faster. Energy cleaner. They built not just for shelter, but with reverence. The base was renamed Asha, a Martian word from Cale's findings, meaning hope born of memory. Months passed. Alara and Cale's bond deepened into love, fragile, real, rare. She became less a commander and more a leader. He became the soul of the mission. In the final scene of their journey's first chapter, they stood together, watching Earth rise on the Martian horizon, blue, small, and far away. "We're not just building a base," Cale said. "We're building who we want to be." "And who is that?" Alara asked. "Human," he replied, "but better." And beneath the dust, somewhere deep, a silent structure pulsed once, awake again. The future had begun.